What's happening, Heat Seekers? Welcome back to the Heat Sheet Advent Calendar. Keeping it in the Christmas theme, what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about every wrestling fan's Christmas list. And the thing at the very top of that is tickets to WrestleMania. So for this edition, what I'm going to talk about is 5 left field predictions for what could happen at WrestleMania. Right, my first left field prediction is going to be the introduction of a new title or reintroduction of an old title. You might have all seen Triple H got on stage with Travis Scott and presented him with a WWE title, but it wasn't just the WWE title this time, it was a hardcore title. You know the history WWE had with a hardcore title. They had it, they took it away, and 15-20 years later they tried to reintroduce a more PG friendly version of it with the 24/7 title. That gave us some good moments, but it didn't quite have that edge that it used to with a hardcore title. So I think bringing it back when we're going to a little bit more edgy product, you know, it's going to Netflix, you can have a little bit more non-PG stuff, you can swear a little bit more, you can have a little bit more blood, a little bit more violence. This will be the perfect time to bring it back and reintroducing it at WrestleMania in some sort of hardcore invitational like they had at WrestleMania 2000, I believe. A little bit more well produced than that. Would be a whole load of fun, and it'll get everyone on the card, you know, everyone that might feel hard done by, such as people like DIY, maybe the Street Profits, the Wyatt family, Legado del Fantasma, people like that. You could pop them in the hardcore title match, and who knows, have legends back in it. Maybe you could have the likes of Jesse Ventura coming cross paths with Karrion Kross. You know, if you watch Chris Van Vliet's podcast, you'll see they've got some history. Just things like that. A little bit of fun added to WWE, a little bit of unpredictability is always good. So the introduction of the hardcore title again is something that could potentially happen. Number 2 is a little bit less left field, but you don't see a million of them nowadays on WrestleMania, but I think it's going to be a ladder match for the United States title. You've got a lot of contenders. You've got LA Knight as the champion, you've got Nakamura, you've got Carmelo Hayes, you've got Santos Escobar, you've got Andrade, and you've potentially got Logan Paul coming back into that fold. So by putting them all in a match that suits a lot of their styles, you know, will be memorable and will give us a little bit something other than just a average LA Knight match. So by putting them up on ladders, tables, chairs, whatever it might be, I think it could potentially steal the show. So 6-man ladder match for the United States title is my next left field prediction. Number 3, we heard all the rumours last year. Why is Undertaker in that position? It should have been Stone Cold. They couldn't quite fit anything with Stone Cold. They couldn't quite get the money right, but this year they might. So one of my left field predictions for this is Stone Cold coming back in some format. Is it against The Rock? You know, is it to even the odds against the Bloodline? Is it maybe to do something with CM Punk? Obviously that's been teased before. Maybe something to revisit with KO, or could it be to introduce someone new? We've all wanted that one last Stone Cold match. He looked good at WrestleMania a couple of years ago against Kevin Owens, so who's saying this won't happen again? Another left field choice would potentially be an AEW returner debut. The likes of Miro not being used well, Ricky Starks not being used at all when he really should be, prime of his career. You've got the likes of MJF. I know he's just signed a contract, but it's good to throw him in there at any time we talk about WWE. Wardlow, you know, he's not doing a whole lot on AEW TV right now. You've got the likes of Penta and Rey Fenix. They seem to be in a little bit of contract troubles, but apparently Penta's out of that, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him at WrestleMania or in the near future at WWE, potentially the Royal Rumble, who knows. And my last choice for the left field moments or left field matches at WrestleMania is going to be involving the Bloodline. Yawn, I know, but we've got to get them in somewhere. I think it's not the end of seeing these two battle, and I think there's a potential chance of seeing a 4-on-4 or a 3-on-3 at WrestleMania, but I'll fantasy book my 4-on-4. You've got Sami Zayn, the Usos, and a debuting Zayla Fatu. He's been doing it on the indies, he's supporting from afar on social media, and I think it's only a matter of time before he gets the call up. Versus the new bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. You can't leave them off the card, especially Jacob Fatu, and if you want to build up Solo Sikoa, he needs a big WrestleMania match. So the 4-on-4, 3-on-3, more bloodline madness. Expect to see it.